Let me see. Okay. Well, I guess that works. Let me, sorry, it's the first time I've done this. And it will only let me do landscape. So, there we go. All right. Yes. Put it up just a tad. Perfect. Okay, so on Friday, I want to do the Starseed updates with the Starseed Oracle cards live, and just so that it will go straight onto the channel. So let us take a look at which spread we'll be doing this time. And let's do the 3-card spread, the Fated Life, the Call of the Ego, or the Obvious Life, the Destiny Life, the Call of a Soul, and the 3rd card is the Bridge, the Leap, the Challenge or Decision to bring us from the Fated Life to the Destiny Life, the Soul Path, Soul Journey. So I often think of the soul journey. This is a little bright. I often think of the soul path or the soul journey as kind of like one of those, well, it's something that your soul has been doing for multiple lifetimes, while the fated path is what you have done so far in this lifetime. And some people, there isn't really much of a change. Others, there's a pretty dramatic change, and I think we often call that a midlife crisis. So we'll take a look here at the Starseed Oracle cards. And I like to put some Reiki energy into the deck and ask for divine guidance. Okay, so we'll do some shuffling with the Reiki energy. And so we will be doing, as I said before, we're doing the Starseed update for the week. And we'll take a look at 3 cards. The first card is the Fated Life. And the second card is the Soul Path, Soul Journey. And the 3rd card is the Bridge. Okay. So we'll take a look at those 3 oracle cards. And so as we take a look at these 3 oracle cards and see what is coming out for the path for the Starseeds this week. So the Fated card is Loosen Your Grip, Coping Mechanisms, Destiny, Addiction, Let God In. So if you can see, there are some girls falling into a tunnel, or you could see it as there's kind of like this air energy that's pushing them up, through the tunnel. So you could look at it either as moving through the tunnel, pushing up through the tunnel, or falling down into the tunnel. Sometimes I like to look at this card on the side too, more as like going through a waterway, falling down a waterway without a lot of resistance. So the thing I like about this card for the Fated Path is, that path that you just kind of were expected to be on, the job you were expected to do, and those kind of things. So, coping mechanisms, kind of a density addiction. So those kind of things are the things that you just were expected to do. And you can see they kind of have their eyes closed. They don't know where they are, where they're moving. It's kind of an unconscious moving along. So this first card for the um, Starseed Oracle is the Fated Path. So let's take a look. Loosen your grip. So, and see what that is about. Loosen your grip. Okay. All right. So, we're cyclic beings, and Mother Earth teaches us how to be human every day with the coming and going of the tides and the seasons. Okay, so the first thing that this card is, this Fated Path card is talking about, is the experience that you have where, things change. You have the seasons, you have the tides, and all those things change. If you're clinging to anything, you're resisting the natural flow of who you are. The things we cling to are so often those we most need to let go of: the food, the substances, the relationship, the job, the people pleasing. So all of these things can be happening in our lives. The things we cling to often cover up our most vulnerable space, the part we're most afraid to leave empty, the part we guard and don't let grace into. But by keeping that space covered with something that doesn't serve us, or clinging to it for fear, or it not staying of its own accord, we prevent ourselves from receiving the new things. So as we're going through our lives right now, it's easy for us to be so afraid of, maybe being alone, or being, in some way being, by ourselves, being, too fat, too thin, too, just anything in life, having too much, having too little. So all of those things come and interact with us and can kind of bind us. But by letting go of those things, then we're able to flow into this other path, the soul journey. So what are you clinging to for fear of nothing coming to take its place? So that's the question that you have at this time, is what are you clinging to for fear that the other things, nothing will come to take its place. Okay, so loosen your grip of this first path that you have been on, and then the bridge between the two paths for you is Hiraeth, longing for home, homesick for the stars. Hiraeth. Hiraeth. So this is a beautiful card. So the bridge. This is the bridge message. So let's see what that has to say. Hiraeth. Okay. Okay, so this card, Hereth is a Welsh word that's difficult to translate, but it refers to a certain longing or homesickness, a yearning for a home or a place to which we cannot return. This unexplainable, unshakable longing for home is common in starseeds and old souls. Perhaps you've had it since birth. For some, it's a distant memory of a planet, galaxy, or star system in the universe that their soul remembers and yearns to return to. A place that they have experienced more than Earth. For others, it's the longing for the unity of Source, a remembering of interconnected oneness. So this card points to that longing in your heart for things, as a starseed, for things other than just that are of this earth. So I think the cool thing about this being the bridge is that, as you've been going through your life, there may have been a lot of things that you've been, holding on to for your original life, thinking this is the way things have to be in order for them to work out correctly, and you're holding on really tight. But, you know, starting to feel these tuggings of knowing that, this earth is not my home, I'm just passing through. I would like to be reconnected with my source and with the source energy is kind of that bridge for you to be able to let go of the things that have been binding you. And so then you move into the new part, the portal. Doors are opening. You decide rewards, wild card. So in this case, your path hasn't fully been determined. You're still kind of standing at the edge of that path, and you may not know all the answers. And so I know, like today, I was listening to a little lecture that was talking about um, goals, and the question was, why do some people, they set a goal, but then they don't complete that goal, or the goal doesn't, continue on for them. And so, the question is, you know, is about this goal, and you're like, why do people not always meet their goals? And it said because they haven't always made a goal that they actually really care about. So if you say, I want to run a marathon, the first question is why? Is there a real good reason why you want to do that? Because if there isn't, that's not really a goal. So then I was listening to that and I was like, okay, so I can think of a lot of things that I would like to do, but then, you say the why, and you're like, is the why really strong enough to be the thing that gets you out of bed in the morning? So I asked about that, and the answer that I got was meditate. So when you're looking at your soul journey, your soul path, your soul direction, if you aren't totally clear on where your soul is calling you, the answer to that is meditate. And as we meditate, we open our minds, release our hearts. And as we start to do that work, we will be in greater connection with Source, through this longing that we have. Okay, doors are opening for you. Your thoughts are extra powerful for you right now. Planets are aligning. The timing is right. The universe is saying yes. You have the Midas touch. Your hard work is being rewarded. This is the time when you can reap the rewards for efforts made in the past. It's also a time when you can achieve a lot. Great leaps can be made. Extreme transformation can occur. Great distances can be traveled in a short space of time. You're swimming with the cosmic current of life. What experience would you like to have? What do you want to create? What new adventure would you like to manifest? Don't lose focus. Use this moment in time wisely. Be conscious and clear with your emotions and thinking. Projects that you've been working on are coming to fruition. Okay, so when this card comes up in a spread, it's a sure sign that effortless change is possible. If you've been looking for a sign, this is your portal into that new reality. Now is the time to make big changes. If you've been guided to switch things up, you're extremely well supported right now. Use the energy and jump right on in. So the portal is here. It's ready for you to jump into this new experience, this new reality of the soul journey. So let's ask the tarot. So this is the Llewellyn Tarot, and let's get a card for each of these, or maybe a couple. See what comes out. So why is the card loosen your grip in the fated path? Okay. So it's, kind of like the romance and the healing. Um, so I'm feeling like, this, this experience where you have been, living your life and you're being kind of bound by things and you're having to let go and just trust the universe. That's kind of what that star card is about. It's like, a wish fulfillment. And the first card, it can definitely be, romance coming into your life. But in this case, I really feel like it's also something being offered to you. So it could be that, something right now is being offered to you that is actually very healing. And that gift is really helping you to heal something, to be able to let go, to loosen your grip. And sometimes we need that. We need that little push, that little momentum, that little something to kind of help us feel, okay, I'm ready to face these traumas. I'm ready to face this difficulty that's been in my life. Okay, so let's take a look at the bridge. I'm like, I need to look up the pronunciation of that word. Hiraeth, because I know that Welsh and Celtic has very different pronunciations. Oh wow, that's kind of crazy. We got the Empress, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Wands. So 3 queens. So kind of like the ultimate queen, and two queens with that. Okay, so it just kind of has the feeling then that the bridge has something to do with feminine energy. So whether you're masculine, whether you're male or female, on this earth, your soul is longing for more feminine in it. And in that longing for more feminine, um, it's like these women have the Empress. She comes kind of with that ultimate power, authority, manifestation. She's the Taurus energy. She, grounding. She's very sure and strong within herself. And the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands both, are very true to themselves, passionate. They know what's true, what's right. And at the same time, they can be a little on the brash side, or still maturing a little bit. And so, as you are feeling this homesickness, I think it especially has to do with that. We have a lot of masculine energy here in the earth right now, and it's just really calling you to more of that femininity and, passion and truth, abundance, and clarity in your life. Okay, so I feel like you guys are the three women. It's definitely, like the three-headed goddess. Um, it's interesting because, Huria or whatever, is very similar to Hecate, the maiden, the mother, and the crone, the goddess. Okay, portal. So as you're coming to your soul journey, okay, so what we're looking at here, starting with the Ten of Swords. So the first phase of this journey that you'll be on, you're kind of coming to the end of a cycle of pain. It could be that this pain is part of what has been the bridge that has pushed you, from this karmic journey through the bridge to the soul path. And so in that transition, you're definitely dealing with some pain and coming to the end of that pain, and really coming into a time of security, strength, knowing what you have, maybe holding on a little too tight, and that's where this loose grip and not holding on too tight. And then he also is holding on, but kind of doing it on purpose, holding on to that bull, the hangman, and just having that energy of waiting. And I kind of have that feeling that this portal you haven't walked through yet, and that you're still standing there, kind of figuring out what to do with this portal. So, and that hangman kind of points to that. You've been through a lot of pain, a lot of heartache, holding on to a lot of things, a lot of difficulty, and having to like let go of all of that. You're kind of still in this mode of the hangman. Okay, so let me pull a couple more cards. Let's say, what is going to be after the hangman? The Two of Wands. So, knowing what that wish is, moving toward that, toward the wish, balancing the spiritual in your life. And the moon, the things still are fairly hidden. And the Judgment card. Judgment card, he's waking up the dead to come fight for him. And so, you may have some kind of battle that's coming up with this portal that things aren't quite as clear and easy as you would like them to be. And that might be partly why you're wishing and longing for a better place than the earth, where we have to often, fight a lot of battles. So, okay, so what I'd like to do is I would like to pull a oracle card from the Whispers of Love. Okay, so the message today is actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. So, the thing is that, once we're in a marriage type situation or a long term situation, relationship, certainly, things might be more important to the other person, like, kind words or a soft touch, but actions are very important. I think they're always important in those situations. And then I think the other thing with this is, we love our parents, we love our children, all these love relationships that we have, and really bringing that um, action and this acts of service into that relationship. It's really important. Okay, let's take a look at messages from Abraham Hicks, Wallace deck. Okay, my purpose in life is joy. Okay, this is a really great card. So my purpose in life is joy. The basis of your life is freedom. The purpose of your life is joy. You are free to choose new adventures for joy. And in your joyous growth, you will add to the experience of all that is. So that's the card. So the sunflowers definitely point to happiness, joy, and prosperity. So that is the star seed update reading for the week. Thank you so much for coming to Spiritual Rebirth Tarot. Thank you for all of your support, watching to the end. Your donations and everything really help a lot and keeping this going. So we will see you next week. Okay.